no e was sentiment Roger Edem afablo aflabo din me hunu ba oboni e de akyeremo ha. Yeah, all that you need to know about driver and vehicle licensing authority. Ya tete to say number plate for be ba digitization ya koso is akraye ba ku renew la ni nyina no opani enya abetu. Opani ma akwa ba.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But you didn't boni mame.
Jerry Edem Aflabo.
Aflabo. Good. But you know where dey.
Yami adom.
Na maso yet saying.
Yami adom kakaka. Mo he dey na nsi wa.
Yeah, say. DVLA mo ye niema hodo pi. Bi obi tie ya. What are the services obi ba DVLA sisi amorenda?
Me da say. DVLA services are render generally driver related and vehicle related. Yeah, so about driver related you ma new driver's license, you renew license, you upgrade license, you international driver's permit, and you missing license. And about vehicle services now, you vehicle registration, you roadworthy. Okay, so roadworthiness, you know, you privatize it, you demand private vehicle test stations, you know. But of course, Uber register car for the first time, you ain't be roadworthy now because no alcohol private vehicle test station, no alcohol test car, AG report about. Into your vehicle registration, if I say you're roadworthy, and that roadworthy, no, it's only private vehicle test stations in Niso. And our DVLA offices no a year. Inti Oko Asante Mampong, Agona, Kumewu, Efijase, Bekwai, and na Obuasi. DVLA office near roadworthy. I think the offense and na private vehicle test station. Back when the offense no Okoha offense office no Ajokoye roadworthy no private vehicle test station. Inti a ban vehicle service air registration roadworthy. Transfer and I say a friend change of ownership and a change of use and a fiscal conversion of a vehicle. These are some of the services.
A fan Brennan T. back in you have driver licensing. Ubi per driver license here for and it mean your P. If you say and then no, you know Pragya, Bubu ya to who's a Kodak, do the way you do, baby. Now can be. I want to mean license so on kaka na say tricycle motor yet sir.
Me da say. E wo Ghana yembre mu no as na obinya license so di 18 years and above. And na say you should be of a sound mind. Enti license so you mu ahoro. Your license A license I dey twi motor. Nkwa. And your license B license I dey twi car. Private car, and you will see this commercial or van buses. And your license D rigid cargo trucks. To say Kia Rhino in Nasiform. And your license F articulated vehicles. License E no a year operating license. But nini name no say you can't driver's license a year B C D F. A no ni E no. You can additional class, but se obi wo ho na se ono de on twika na moto nkwa na opeso twia o chassis a obaji A no enti omo motwi Pragya ne ade omo no license A ene o se omo de etwi na normally Kumasi office for instance every Thursday bia omo mbabe license motor license ye de omo fa entitim like ye training momo church more the rules about riding, the do's and the don'ts, the rule signs, and and sana issue more cover notes more pending the printing of the card. But a bano driver license class B na no yene Ghana Drive yene private partners our more active driving schools under the umbrella body of Ghana Drive yene omo enedijuma inti oba officer and by your fiscal inspection na wa endorse wa ID card ni what ya stage 1 no what ya ni ya capture biometrics of course remember why eye test say eye test no so ya also say ma the specialists, the professionals. Nti you items ne ba near capture na ye bio data capture ne be area na fe wo de akọ driving school a ben umpotem and I said driving school a ben na wakọ process so because by law no you are mandated to undergo 48-hour tuition with the driving school. Nti sa driving school for no ene boaye e de obefa ntitie mu na omo wi mama o de friend slot sa slot no ena o de ba DVLA yeah be gina so e de schedule for the written test and I said the CBT test no. Nti sa na nhihye no ete.
Okay. Ma me sa famra e ho no. Ho hia me pa. Nikwara ye omutwe Pragya ine yina omunyina momo license. Age limit benda so. Mint
me enka se omunyina ya momo license but dia minim ni se obeje license a odi Ghana card eba. Odi Ghana card eba. Na officer no ahwe asana wa endorse. But my main counsel say sometimes me omo munim me pa na so omo say nipa no eba na say nipa document eba to manim na mo say nipa we nenim so I request for other further particulars just to confirm. But we had some experience where sometimes they try to forge documents to deceive the officer about age. We've had instances yachi microphone bia yapamomo. I mean through the vigilance of the officers. So what I can say is those who have license truly presented documents that confirm or said that seems to suggest that they are 18 and above. Because there's no officer who minor or man license. And let's also remember said there are some of the licenses are amount for cry in free so it is possible so we'll be between the actual say me license but as genuine license if we mandated issuing authority or no another thing unless we go into it and they be to establish we there and then normally will be so much then when they begin to narrate the process of form kind say okay no feature so that's the end of the buy.
Pragya more licenses on for passengers.
Pragya private use is licensed as a private use. The usage is private.
Really?
All Pragyas are licensed as private.
Nti ya na mota o car kwan so. Tumu se Pragya fo ede yi adwuma se taxi no. Se se mfamra kwan so. Ba ya allow so mfanye.
Well, so the me can say yeah license Pragya. Yeah license for private use.
Private use which
private use so private use for your personal rounds and they said they always use private car yes that's how it's supposed to be used.
Inti say obi kotra Pragya mu na or the year adwuma set us here send the status ne say because it's all over. I mean so menim say Pragya nye ade ye roadway they say or the far passengers but you allow say egumu say omo kraba pa DVLA the mu e wo kwan so.
So let me explain. Once car, there's a process that I go through at the port of entry to clear them. What I don't know is whether at the port of entry the usage is sought for, and I say what is going to be used for. Once I say I say excavators, answer now crash. I go by G permit, yes. So what I can tell is at the port of entry, meaning what reasons they assign for bringing them. But if they pay duty and then once they have been brought into the system, mind you, you can't say their own register because that in itself also another security risk and that's another security concern. Because we registered these vehicles and we register vehicles one just so that we have data on the number of vehicles that we have. Because vehicle I'm using it in the general sense, including Pragya and motorbikes. And also say for purposes of enforcement, I would say identify each and every vehicle that plies our road. Until once they are brought into the system, you cannot say their own register because if you don't, or you zoom without number, and that's what the Kobo Chrono cry. It's also another, security challenge or concern that we have. But Embra Edi Yejumei only mandates us to register Pragya for private use.
There's a why be out the year what may be name on yes, what they fire passenger for. Does that mean say so betty Pragya na ekunya accident because means insurance form insurance cover?
No, they insurance
for passengers in our fan.
Insurance, but again, I'm a insurance professional, so I cannot mean to change the kind of insurance and the type of insurance.
And because my that who work who say insurance company and register Pragya say don't register taxi, say number of passengers 5. So insurance companies in register Pragya say what the year passenger working to know or what team be here. So be our trap Pragya, your life is at risk.
So Seobe Kaya, that is why this new government is trying to regularize it and then put in place. I mean, from Mimi's side, there, from Mimi institution, there, I am aware that there's a committee that is looking at this whole issue about, commercializing it and how safely it will be, and putting all the training models and the licensing regime and the refresher training models in place. But you see, this is an issue a year bigger than the regional manager. This is a national discussion level, and so I don't want to because you see, say politicians even they buy this and dash it to people.
Aye.
MPs buy this and distribute it to people.
Policemen,
Yes, and they all, with all these people, they all know the law. It's a main person, regional manager, and so that will be beyond me. And if we have to be fair, we should have the discussion. Basically, yes. So, like I've indicated, you register as private. That's where it ends.
Right, Yemra vehicle registration. You take and say near me besisa. Before Friday be coming, your number plate in besisa near day. What's them to say?
Whether I say yes. In fact, on say Juma Kubia Nadia, at least we take stock, we look at the in fact the feedbacks and all those things are good motivation for us. Say you better try, say you better innovate it to make our services better and serve the purpose in here. And your new chief executive is Zubai. In fact, it was started by the previous CE, the introduction of technology into how I see Juma, and new CE in Zubai and so on. In fact, and also taking it to another level. And part of it, and acquire the number plate administration system. To be honest, says you currently system now you want and we always make the point from enforcement and then road safety issues. So new current plate I use this here. Sabi BBC now pay information and as police pay information. Aji police upon one free a crime so ako office ako show letter aba ako tika number no and sana ebi akra take a day or two and sana you provide information man ebia say if the motive is to prevent crime by the time I baby the crime would have been committed and na ebi o ha ya obonso obi CCTV footage a capture will be car omni robbery obi ejapade omo awiako omo de ba obehwem no bon say record no so no tiko na card car na mu say rafo ni de otwakeke and all the tires so all these things it breaks heart is very disheartening. So in this new innovation that the chief executive Erebano, this new number plate system waka say it is equipped with a RFID chip Obama police funny enforcers device, and then they will be able to shoot and read the vehicle details real time. Into a banisia Obama say enforcement will be a notch higher. It will make it easier. And even pokrano ebano individual. Once you cancel the new system, no, the number plate will be registered to the individual. It is a ton car now. Obey you number plate no free so. So therefore, a mawo the responsibility to protect your number, to always defend, protect the number plate, because oton car will say you free so. So. And we would have it will sadly also ever prevent the situation where unama won't say car AS 124. And traffic who say another car and so on. So when we bring in this technology, I mean, it helps to better manage the number plate administration.
Let us say it was here. Say yes, screenshot car number plate. It immediately tells you say Ayasmesi.
Exactly.
The details in
those technologies are there. Until say police for cars, they are almost a private car. They are not marked. They are not stick and bomb as police. They are driving through, and they just scan your plate. It gives them everything. So insurance, I will say road where they will say. So then they'll have the cost to pull you over. But if everything is okay, they just allow. They just move or drive you around, but they scan number plates, they pick information and all that. And that is what the new CE intends to do, and I think it is just to make the system better, very, very better. And I can't so cry about the DV and how DV is used, and it's a whole I don't want to use the word revolution, that would be too high, but who say obi wo hwa onye car dealer, because the DV is truly meant for car dealers. Obi wo onye car dealer we use DV by 2 years. 2.
What's saying?
We use DV by
me will be on a Toyota Corolla DV by 5 years in 5 years. Let's see.
So it's an abuse. Clearly it's an abuse. And you see, that's the problem. And the police also have the mandate to enforce. And strictly DV use who use DVR, you have to log in. You have to log in your movement. And DV, it's only for issues related to either servicing of the vehicle or taking the vehicle to show a prospective buyer.
That's all they took quiet.
That's all. Say sorry. So the CE has realized that, management has realized that, they feel say, okay, if a man from person register car for some reason, maybe for a shorter period or so, we are even bringing something we call the temporal plate. So in that sense, then you would get the temporal plate, which will be your temporal, because the new system need there, you register, you keep that number till you die. Into oton car we now talk for the only thing you do is say over bad DVLA now you reassign that number to the car but and we know you're different from personalized identification number.
Okay, my kakra obu car be a 9 obenye different DV place ada ba kona na de be yamani nyina.
Okay, so say bano temporal number plates. So what car 9 you register, you have a temporal number plate.
No, make a car 9 our registering in.
Oh, okay, so the registry, okay, into I register 4 nina, into 4 nina no. So it means that you have 4 number plates to your name.
Yeah.
Into oton ba no aton obeyi. Now they are two. What's that tofu fra? What did the way you to no? Ebeba near reassign am. Patriotic I say.
No, what I'm saying is, see, I'm a car 4 no. Some will be to old plates in you. Tell me back, my number back one. A better run it through and a bia benyani de uncle. Inti 4 no, ye be re-register 4 in your However, say who use one say who turn back free man. Back when I turn over you plate now they are 2 feet. Say nyame wa adom na sa tofu fra. Na sa plate no ya reassign am. On say a SIM registration. I'm say Ghana Caribbean is permitted 10 numbers. 10 numbers.
Inti no say ya na say obro 10 you can do inti bia Ushima ebia say register number be to your SIM na say ebia offer say you are no longer ebia you have to let them take it off and send I was saying another slot. But also that's just an idea what I'm doing. But you better start falling in now. But oton after that, oton minua, obey plate minua to we talk about now the no de mu baako aba na ye de ya reassign
just nya me na me de be some de ba na mo ye reassignment
yes who say I was say ye capture data no accurately into no first no bia na bo ya me adum na bo ML so na say Land Cruiser so na say Lamborghini na ba I was say ye reassign in the system na e reflect say no o number we say no it's been assigned to
this guy.
And then the system will be updated to reflect so. And at the auto back no man, no, the auto back on man, so no so Eddie Beba. You also no auto come up here. You have 14 days to notify the DVLA to effect a change of ownership.
Na me what problem? So we be face problem pa. Kwa mbe fa so solve no. There are so many cars our Ghana ha. Nipa no maton. But we need a change of ownership. In fact, we okra nipa na oton ma no waton ma nipa mienu miensa nan abechire ayira. They say the ebe so we to say normal plate no. The ebe there no anya plate for. What are you going to do in this case?
But that's it. But that's it. Ni nyina no akoye yen how CIC yen nyama. Emrane say uthon car within 14 days. Both wa woton any wa woto. Mumbra DVLA na money transfer. I mean what is difficult about this. But because the current system you're running auto kana or number plate was so in some instances grano nipa na wato ma krano ni insurance no edaso you valid. The roadworthy na also kana edaso you valid, so you don't see the need or the agency. But since you nipa na to ma we to number plate face no, are you going to be driving in town without a number plate? So you meet the police. So you meet the police. So this will compel people to, because won't mean drive it in time. Even if you want a temporary number plate, yeah, but certainly won't mean drive it a vehicle that doesn't have a number plate.
And I know you be say my baby and or ton metu. We they we are talking da
and yeah the system no
and he has been the papers number no we use car no number cross we ground friend
we have those situations. It is true these are the case, but it's unfortunate very unfortunate because we don't yente nyama biase because oton o car mame na wa nye transfer mame na me nipa bonini na me car no kobokro no and say sebi medical no ekobo obi kuna ya hwe car ra na hona ne ba ba kire
ni din wo
na ba ba kire wo be kire mu se ebe ya wo be kire mu se oh maton car no be 2 years ago e bia madanse nie na kakra fa woni ase intino yenya ya ton car man crofo no yen a severe cry interest better. And I say most say you be make you be gina so say you transfer obi wo ho a otumi sensan transfer letter from sino say gfako nipa no kwa na wakomo atu baby nti wo feel say why you transfer wo ho a mo say ya police abechi o adan a o car there was a case something similar obi de omo de car no ko bokro no mo chi akronfo no e ka say oh e car ra no ono na e de ka no so mo nti car ra ne ka ho bi omo jeli ono so omo jeli no because car no wo di mu e wo car no so ne de akobokro no and omo so de ka say o ye ne no yejuma o ti ase nti no I want me person me fa akwanyo na me ma eti ase say that's some of the things we do it we fall foul of it, but most of this thing and ni say yes because a bit me the how be
obi on what toss a car CB no say new system no yeah crime be no so far so
say no say and as one notice be so I'll come to that nipa no ton car na ma wa e chance open sika agent no wo ka so onye transfer na say bibia obeya ma but onye gisika ni wi a afi friends on message transfer na me wa ha na me kotamale and the juma me ka sika foforo ni ade all those things you don't need those stress into no before you be your final payment no o ka say the panel bra obeba because o gisika obeba be ye de so ye nyina ma. But back to your question, what can na wi na nipa no unhu no age ukokot na ukocheche wasemu eche ekoche okoche wasem eche court judge na judge no etiem adanse ese ofre nyina enti omo ye omo de ombe ye nyina ewi a na so omo ye convince o ampa asema okay eye nokre omo fo say ye nokre ombe ma court order sa order no e compel ye say enye transfer ma but say also we lucky na say nipa ani din wo paper no so even though say nyo no na ton ma afa nipa be 4 5 nsem but abedi wo na we lucky na nipa ani din wo so ofre no na unya no na say oni ne kasa na so ti ase say oh okay may transfer na ma wa then no ehu hia so be kokko but in most cases no obe friend kwa ka say no minimum enye na meton ka ma meton ma mensa intin bibie ni a ma mensa emfrem ya ma mensa ebe hu me so those are the things but the bottom line is offer nipa no current owner no na say unya no na oni niti within ko na o chen say oh sisia no wonu wa kana ni kana be di ona o person transfer na say ojitu so be yama wa then ehu hia so be court no because onu na say oba
obey ma
ebe sign ebe ma
in the time be na mo de sio say obia number play dada no obeyi na fi wenya the personalized one say them okay
so nyame yarum na ye process na say enye gidigidi enye because your pese ye be crowded system no nti ya adwin say if April mo ko na omo old number plate no omo start abaka kakra e bia road ready wu na ko renew e bia na why nti no e be gradual process say won so road ready wu na wa so pese ba na obe ya no aba ne ya na kakra na yesisa ko but me sure say e bia omo ma a period e bia 1 year period and I say on me because the final
details
we but yeah from I think from April no
yeah
ma apply say yeah you what that bi no gradually be ba na ya be sesa no
amount for complete kai bi wa say ricketry pa kai ya ye dada so na on papers na roadway bi abo ho DVLA ba ma so ye ma we kai muchie woto ana say ya te so mo produce be ye bi afrim e ti say
yeah everybody assure everybody assure so sesia no because of social media and ama we get a lot of those feedbacks and I can use my culture say sesia no e ban roadworthy certification DVLA yeah they are private vehicle test stations no in terms of my inspection for roadworthy but my main count to us so say private vehicle test stations no omo ni ho kwan say omo ye license adwuma bia say ye license renewal say omo license so dey be enyo mandate in this oh koye o car roadworthy na say obi catch us say obe renew license amawa e say okay who say that be or the asem and e be bro but back to the question no car see say oma ye saka what we do is you suspend it. So roadworthy ni your papa na say you issued by an accredited DVLA private vehicle test station. You suspend it roadworthy no. You suspend it. Gonna have be obe kubia so be renew no. Or make sure say you suspend it. Then the reasons in tia you suspend no. You suspend roadworthy and I say you block roadworthy no. Will be mentioned to you. Then you have to fix it and then you bring it for inspection. Tia inspecting who say those issues have been resolved. Now you are suspended.
Right. The issue of middlemen. Ubia say DVLA the Udru I change for about the Mobia no I say what to say in those issue. So if I walk in today, say me be me a can crata me saying.
Well, so you see it depends on the awabe and it depends on your level of preparedness or the bahon nti I advice say ubeye any license related activity the kind eye test no eye test facility ben on my print report now the aba but for instance assuming say when yasa education na oba say obe renew license oba ye be invoice na ma am we to yaka but for us to complete the process I just say PA echo ebia the nearest airport runabout I just say PA echo around echo ye eye test no esa de ba ansa na ewia ma so obe hu say obi ono aye eye test na oni kra waba any waba after now will be pay aquacoya test no ube say there will be difference in the time of service. Inti that's the amount of time you spend there relative. It depends on your preparedness. If you are also be biometric verification amount you cannot count it as delay caused by the authority. Now let me talk about the Guru boys as you said. You see, DVLA your provision for agency and as an agent, and to say they are also your insurance agent and the other service providers are almost a way yard. Now, Nkrofa refer to them as Guru boys near they are not either insurance or number plate embossment guys, and also ultra number plate, and I say they are not people who have identified role to play. Omni from Guru boys, but normally those people are not. They are not in the premises. But what in the American I say, but American. Maybe I only be called sorry. Or see, I can't just say you more DVLA. A bureaucrat because some of your manager and some of your offices, without doing any background verification, only the panel, anya in a form. We don't have any way of knowing. Normally, answer by a hormone. There's an tokwesi and I say problem about what you say. So, we write yard more. Your public address system announcement 247 is it so? Advice anything you want to do, would you assume you say you don't know anything? We have a front desk. Be up a front desk now. They will show you, and it's an open space and share. Look, in fact, the first back block the first it's an open place. So besides of front there, they are all person they are all babayano only need to so yes, and I say your national service personnel are more reflective jacket. Into no ye service personnel no back now or no and you are go through the process. But say ebia all the ejumama was sorry baby and I say all the sikama was sorry baby and I say obi a only tifi and I say baby and I say but and some of those people insurance agent. They have the right to be there. But normally those who have the right to be there, normally a 4 per container. We have their photograph, we have their Ghana card, we have their names and their details. In this anchor for no, hardly a normal be Bonnie because somebody say we can always get at them. But those ones they are not insurance for number plate a boss when they are there. But you can also tell anything announcement so at least talk to the client service and I say the office beer DVL office beer any staff beer ID cash no come no kawa some chance the or no you will call the appropriate place for you to start your
right. You want same people but them say and I went to me no hantem next time me say Babantum. You find out word na in your way.
Medasi. Madam Wasi, Kessben media for Sir Akwanyawi. Meaning say it costs money to host such programs, but as part of your corporate social responsibility and in the question Mobama the T for whom the INT Medasi and now I can say currently DVLA are suspended compliance and enforcement units. The CE had a meeting with us and or explaining the reason why. I think feedbacks or no maybe or don't know had a lot of feedback. So or training and retraining for the compliance officers, and then they will be equipped to do the work better and efficiently. Until according to the CE, from January they will come back. But in the meantime, no person may share I the car and nam or at all times. I will say you make sure your car will put it in the right condition. And my train my police in chill because car no now use you say fault bamwa. We bet me a road ready and there. Echina ebia there will be a fault bamwa. Mama try say you be repair say be because of sa fault no enma yenkonya akunshama enkoha adwen enti kakra me work na secondly said the marker obi a opese your license related activity bia say your origin license renewal either so obeba Kumasi main office Agona office Mampong Offenso Kumewu Efijase Bekwai na Obuasi e Ashanti region na private vehicle test stations no omo mandate ayede amomo ani se ombe inspect car fufra ye be register any car ye be man road ready. Those are the only two things
okay.
Or some year na nyina enya hwe ye making sure say document DVLA and as a license document be a person agent say renewal say a new license to you be from the right source and yes unya fake document that you be to asema bro but that's it
yeah that's CP ora Jerry Edem Aflabo